Welcome back to Outdoors with Larry Ray on 790 The Bet. Brought to you proudly by the Tennessee Wildlife Resources Agency.
Hey, good Saturday morning. Welcome back to Outdoors with Larry Ray on 790 AM as we talk outdoors every Saturday morning for 90 minutes. And I told you earlier, we're not in the studio this morning. We're actually taping this a little early. We're going to act like it's Saturday, but at the same time, it is Christmas Day on Saturday, so we're just going to talk to our co-host mostly on this show today. Charlie Covington is in studio. He's already read his poem, which you'll be able to read on lroutdoors.com. And then Frank Barton is in also from over at Marion, Arkansas, and did a wonderful job on the previous segment. Now we're going to switch gears to another man who has been part of this show for a long time, and not only that, a long-time friend before he ever became part of this show, a man that's really knowledgeable, loves the outdoors, grew up at the age of 4, as I remember, hunting with his dad and things along that line, and lives in Jackson, Tennessee now, but he's part of this show on the fourth Saturday of each month, and that's our good friend Bill Cooksey. He is the Sportsman Outreach Coordinator for the National Wildlife Federation. And, Bill, I've asked everybody, first of all, Merry Christmas to you, Bill, and your family, but I've asked everybody to look back at 2021, and as I was looking over some of this stuff, I did not know that you were on an alligator hunt. Was that 2021? Was that part?
Yes, sir, it was. And Merry Christmas to you, and Merry Christmas to everyone out there listening.
Yes.
I was down in Florida for the ICAST show back in June, I guess it was.
Yeah.
And I went in a few days early because I had a chance to see see Lake Okeechobee, do a congressional tour there, and do a few other things. And a friend said, "Have you ever hunted alligators?" And I said, "Well, no, I haven't." And he said, "You want to?" I said, "Well, sure." So, yeah, I spent a day with an alligator trapper is what they call him.
Yeah.
Who is paid by the state to go catch nuisance alligators. So,
and y'all caught one, a 9-footer. It looks like a pretty good size.
That was the first one. I mean, we pulled up on that set, and he knew there was an alligator on it. Someone had called him, and he handed me the catch pole and said, "I'm going to pull him, start pulling him out." And as he comes out,
handed you the pole.
You put the noose over his head, and you're pulling him out of the water.
Oh man! So I mean, so a lot of things for you. You were on the road a lot this past year with your job, and I know you've had a chance to see how wonderful the duck season's been so far in the dry country. You've had to see recently you had a chance to share a duck blind with some pretty cool people, and
yep.
You've been able to do that. So talk about, besides the alligator hunt, other things that have gone on for Bill Cooksey in 2021.
Well, like a lot of folks, it's been an interesting year to say the least.
Yes,
because we really, even though I did some traveling, it wasn't nearly as much as we normally would. And it's been challenging with what I do to do so much of it in a virtual type of
yes,
setting.
Right.
Lots of Zoom calls with legislators and that sort of thing. And we're still not able to take people, say, to Washington, D.C. to meet with folks. And that's presenting challenges. But, boy, when you are able to get out and be amongst people, it's better than ever, because I think we're all chomping at the bit to truly, in my personal life, it's about like it always was, but obviously professionally, things just aren't back there yet. So I had a tough year fishing, but I think a lot of people did, and then now we're having a tough duck season, even though I've had some really great hunts and gotten to a few new places I haven't hunted before. Whether it was Buras, Louisiana, with a bunch of Louisiana lawmakers there. Even got to hunt with a couple of ex-NFL football players here a few weeks ago here in Tennessee, and that was cool. When my son saw a picture from it, I showed him a picture, and he said, "Is that me?" And he started to ask if that was, he said, "Is that me?" And he caught himself, and he said, "I thought that was going to be a picture of when I was a little kid."
Because there are pictures of that when your son was a little fella.
Yeah, there are, but with me next to those guys,
yes.
it was kind of the same look as when he was about 6 years old and tagging along, duck hunting with my friends and I.
But you've had some cool experiences, though. I mean, and you shared the duck blind. Well, you've told us now. So you shared the duck blind. Who were these guys you shared with?
Kevin Mays and Chad Clifton.
Yes. All right. Okay.
They've both been big players at Tennessee, and
well, that added to it for you. I know that. So.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely, and I can't say too much about it because the place we were, they prefer to keep on the quiet.
Yes. But it was an experience for you. I mean, that you can remember.
Oh, man, it was awesome. We had a great hunt. It was cool hunting with them. Hopefully we'll get to do it again before the end of the season. And
have you been to Reelfoot since everything happened up there?
Yes, sir. Matter of fact, a Monday immediately after the tornadoes, I was up there with Aaron Kendall from our Colorado office, and we were meeting with some different sportsmen, and I just said, we need to go by. You need to see this. And so we went by Reelfoot, and then we went through Dresden that day because we had to be in Camden that afternoon. And it's scary stuff. But honestly, it's when you go by there, you're just amazed that
people
three people died instead of 300.
Yes, yeah.
Because it's devastating. Just devastating.
And those three people just happen to be duck hunters from Tallahassee, Florida, that come up every year to Cypress Point, and the two of them they found, but they didn't find the other gentleman till several days later in the lake.
Correct.
And
correct. And now here's really interesting. Some ladies I know from Florida who are with a conservation group down there were at Reelfoot for a duck hunt. They were going to hunt with Ronnie Couch that Saturday and Sunday, and did hunt with him. And at 8:29, one of them sends me a message and says, "Do I have anything to be worried about?" And I'm thinking, what is she talking about? And I said, "What?" And she said, "The storm." Well, I'm sitting in Jackson, so I wasn't getting alerts for it. So I looked on my phone, and they were staying at the state park cabins, and the forecast was saying the tornado would hit the state park at 8:35. This is 8:29.
Oh my goodness, 6 minutes difference.
And I just said, "Where are you?" And she said, "We're all in our cabins." They had 2 cabins rented, and I said, "Okay, every one of you, just in case." I said, "No big deal. It's probably nothing, but y'all need to get in the bathroom, shut the door, and just hang out for a little while."
Yeah.
And, I said, "Come out in 15 minutes and give me a shout. Let me know how things went." And it ended up going by them, and everyone was fine. But, I was sitting there biting my nails and trying not to sound worried.
It was a big one. Yeah, it was a big one.
It was awful. It was just awful.
And they're still ongoing. And like I said earlier in the show, we're going to try to hook up with Billy Blakely from Blue Bank Resort, and I know.
I think you were hinting at it. I was with Billy Monday and Tuesday of this week.
Yes, I was. I was hitting at that, and
well, I was. We had a good time together. Duck hunting and filming with Gary Mason and Buck Gardner and Tucker Ward from War Eagle Boats. We had just a neat crew in Billy's duck blind.
Well, I was wondering if you were ever going to say that. I thought maybe that was a secret or not, but it's on Facebook. You're sitting with the one and only Buck Gardner and Billy
That's right.
and Billy Blakely, who will come on the next segment, and we're going to hang Bill along with this. And so Frank has been showing me pictures of how dry it is at where Bruins Plantation over there and Lansing Bottoms. He's showing me how dry. I thought it was the tornado path he was showing it, but it was just showing where the dry land is, tennis shoe wise. So you're hearing that, Bill? I mean,
it's terrible. In my place, we have enough water that theoretically we can hunt, but the bottoms are so dry there are just no ducks in that area.
Yes.
Some of my guys went down and hunted Saturday, and they sent me a photo. They killed a green-winged teal and about a 15-pound Asian carp.
A 15-pound Asian carp.
It hit the boat driver in the ear at about 5:30 in the morning.
Oh my goodness!
He admitted to screaming like a 4-year-old child.
Well, sure, yeah. Well, I know I was deer hunting Monday near the Hatchie Bottoms, and it sounded like World War III broke out in the Hatchie Bottoms one time.
Right.
And then I heard no more shotgun blasts the rest of the morning. So I don't know. They did have some water in the Hatchie Bottoms, but not much. Again, we're talking to Bill Cooksey. And, Bill, again, I want to appreciate you. Thank you for being part of this team for this long time. And I know I really appreciate your association with it. And you got so many things going. You got a podcast. Anything you want to tell our listeners? What's going to happen? What's up in 2022 for Bill Cooksey?
Well, I just really got on board with the NWF Outdoors podcast, and people that enjoy podcasts, I hope they'll pick it up. It's available, anywhere that you get your podcasts. So that's a lot of fun. Probably be a few job changes moving forward. We're having a lot of movement internally.
Okay.
I'm not going anywhere, but part of the change, I'm going to get to work some closer to home, where most of my work is on the Gulf Coast. Now I'm going to get to do a lot of stuff on the Mississippi River main
Okay,
steps.
all right, okay. And,
So hopefully that'll allow me to do a lot more here in Tennessee, Arkansas, Mississippi.
And that's where your roots are and everything. Well,
Yeah.
well, Bill, I appreciate it, man, and I want to get you to hang around for this next segment as we talk to Billy Blakely up there and join in on the conversation. But, again, Bill Cooksey, appreciate you, buddy. Thank you for being part of this team. So, Shelby, let's take another break. Bill's going to hang on, and we'll hook up with Billy Blakely and be right back on Outdoors with Larry Ray on this Christmas day.